Yeah, hi, Zero. Yeah, I don't have much power output here. I don't know what's going on. Stand by. Hello, we'll all stand by. Okay, this is number 2, Sugar Fox Sugar. I show the power output to be proper, but on sideband, oh, wait a minute, my key might be turned down. Hello, test. There we go. We're back. Okay, very good. Yeah, this is W2HO, Orange County Radio Club. Okay, we meet here, this is W2HO, Orange County Radio Club. We meet here every Sunday at 1 p.m. at 28,450 or thereabouts, maybe up to 28,465. And we're in Orange County, New York. My name is Steve. Anybody's welcome to join the net. Any place in the world, any place in the country. This is W2HO. We all start out calling by prefix Alpha, Kilo, November, and Whiskey. So do we have any alphas out there this morning? Go ahead, please. Okay, that's Portugal. I hope he doesn't hear us. No. Okay, kilos. I know there's a couple of kilos out there. Go ahead, please.
KD2DAF. KD2HMH.
W2HO. KD2 Tango Alpha Papa.
W2HO, Kilo Delta 2, Sierra, Sierra, Sierra. W2HO, Kilo Bravo 2, Delta Hotel Golf, KD2DHG.
Okay, the station after Dane. Sugar, please give me another call.
Call is Kilo Bravo 2, Delta Hotel Golf, name Lou, Lima Alpha Uniform. Lou, Lima Alpha Uniform. Number Romeo.
Thank you. Yes, there was somebody, yeah, QRM with somebody. Okay, do we have any more kilos out there? Okay, now we go over to the Novembers. November, not me. Do we have any Novembers out there? This is W2HO. Okay, no Novembers I hear. Do we have any W's out there? Go ahead, please. This is W2HO. Okay, thank you. This is, there's no whiskeys, no Novembers, no alphas. I'll read off the call signs I have. KD2DAF, KD2HMH, KD2TAB, KD2 Sugar, and I guess it's KD2DHG. I hope I got the prefix right. This is W2HO. Anybody else?
W2HO, you got my call wrong. It's Kitty Bravo 2 at Delta Hotel Germany, KD2DHG.
That's Kilo Bravo 2. Okay, so, big excitement this weekend for ham radio was the 160 meter QRZ 160 meter CW contest, DX, but there was absolutely no DX on 160. the band was really down. But I did work out into Florida, and I did work into Arkansas. And that was on my G5RB antenna, which loads very nicely through an antenna tuner on 160 meters. So we did okay there. Very happy. Had about 45 contacts, and a bunch of Canadians, and almost everybody that I worked stateside was an extra class license, 1x2 call. Almost everybody, about 95%, I would say. So I find that interesting at 160 meters. So up to DAF. Pick it up, please, Pete.
To DAF, right, that's it in there. Nothing unusual here. Didn't get any recent DS contacts or anything, just some local stuff on 2 meters. So that's exciting in here, and I noticed that we got some company out there, so I'll get back to you next.
Okay, Pete. Yeah. Once in a while, 2 meters opens up for Skip. Happened a while back. KD2HMH, please pick it up. 0.
W2HO is KD2HMH. I checked for I'm parked up here on Heather Court, off Heather Court, and I'm facing south now, and I'm seeing the ski trails over in Warwick. And there's another bare spot, I don't know, so far over to the left. I don't know what that is, but that's all white too, so it must be another snowmaking place there. Last Wednesday or Thursday, we were promised all that snow, and I was glad they couldn't deliver it. That made me very happy there that I didn't have to get the snow shovel out or go look for someone to do it there. So that was a plus there. And on Saturday morning there, they have the breakfast stand. And they always pick different topics there because it's different commentators or different ones that does net control. And one came up with a good idea. He says, ever since you've been using ham radio, have you ever used it for emergency or help somebody out on it there? And of course, I never did. I don't know if anybody else here on the net ever had the opportunity to do that. There's things like auto patch there, or maybe somebody breaks down, their car breaks down, and you call ahead there. But as I remember, when I was doing the technician book, they said you can't choose the radio, like for instance, to call somebody and tell them to call your wife, you're going to be late, but they're in a snowstorm or what have you there. So if anybody else ever heard anything about that there, it doesn't seem right, but I'm sure I read that in the book there. I'll have to call them again. But other than that, I'm getting on 2 meters. I'm trying to get onto it at least five times a week there. Of course, Saturday I go on it all the time there. That time, interesting for that just as much as this one here. It's kind of a toss-up which one I hate to vote on which one I like better. This one yours, Steve, or the one on Saturday there. So with that, back to you. 82HMH, W2HO.
Can you repeat your question, please?
I was just saying there that when I was doing the textbook there, one of the questions was, or one of the statements was, is that you couldn't use the radio, for instance, if you're traveling and you're going to be late to get home, and you have someone call your wife or brother or whoever it is, and they said that was a no-no. I'll have to look that back up. I'm sure I remember reading that in the book there, but I'll have to check that out there. And the question was, is that did you ever have to use ham radio for emergency to help somebody out there? Were you ever into that there? Like, for instance, when they had CB, which I didn't have, sometimes you'd break down and you'd call in and someone could help you out. And I think, Steve, you told me one time you broke down and you got one right on your radio there. I think it was 2 meter. And you got someone to come over there and help you out there. I think it was over there around Adams Farm there. So back to you, Steve.
Yeah, okay, yeah. I think we're going to have to ask somebody your first question about letting your wife know that you're going to be late. That's third-party traffic, and they have rules on that, I do believe. And then, yeah, I was broke down one time, way back in the 80s. I pulled up to a corner right near my house, and the engine quit. And something broke in the car, so of course the battery was still good, and I was talking to my friend Frank, who's a ham, can't think of the call sign offhand, and I said, call a tow truck, and he did, and the tow truck showed up, and we got the car towed. But yes, I think that has to do with third-party traffic, which I know I was in Korea, and third-party traffic there, even though I didn't use it, was they allowed the third-party traffic, one ham talking to the other, and then you call your family to say hello. And they did open up, they had a third-party agreement only at Christmas time or New Year's, that area, that the troops would call home via ham radio on the ham band to another ham in the state if they had a ham license over here, over in Korea, and one of the guys on the base had a ham license that he could do that. And I had an operator's license. I didn't have a call sign because I didn't have a rig. So I still have it. And it gave me permission to use somebody's amateur radio station, I think only for, just to make contacts with. Okay, oh yes, I think I did make some contacts. I went over to this person's place and I talked to some countries. So anyhow, I think that's it, third-party traffic. But that'd be a good thing to research again. Okay, over to KD2TAP. Andy might have your questions for you answered. Pick it up, Andy.
Yeah, hey, good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon, Steve. I do see that Lou from Campbell Hall is on. Lou, if you're hearing this, say hello to John for me. Other than that, as far as third-party traffic, it's very gray. It really depends upon whether there's an emergency involved. I would refrain from it, and today most people are using cells anyway. Back to you.
Okay, Andy, thank you. Yes, that's right. Most people got cell phones today anyhow. So that works out to a lot of people. Okay. Over to Dane, KD2, sugar. Pick it up, please.
32HO, KD2SSS. I hope you hear me okay today. Seems to be a lot of QRM in the background. Good afternoon, everyone. Worked this morning at the State Hospital Winter Series race with Mark Copoletti of the Orange County Amateur Radio Club. And he was watching the post for me as the burners went by. Sad to say this week, I think I lost the radio. I was on Saturday with my 2-meter rig and pressed the mic button, and all of a sudden I got no transmit. So I got a little project up ahead. Good hearing from you, Steve, and back to the net. W2HO, this is KD2SSS.
You okay, Dane? Yes, those things do happen. Are you sure the antenna was plugged in?
Yeah, I checked a lot of things, and it was working, perfectly, and then I had a comment, and when I went to press the mic, I didn't get anything. I didn't get the transmit light, I didn't get any clicks or anything, so I'm wondering if it isn't a mic switch, so I'm going to hopefully check that. Over.
Okay, I was making a joke about, what I made a joke about there. But yeah, could be something very simple. Could be a mic switch. And I was hoping KD2 KBU was going to be in here today because he bought the 7300 after his Yaesu radio died. There was something about 4 chips in the radio. They were all bad. So it was time to get rid of it. Okay, so anyhow, let's see. Over to KD2 DHG or KB2 DHG. Pick Take it up, Lou.
Okay, fine. This is W2HO, the booth. This is KDTVHD, Campbell Hall, New York. All right, well, Andy, I'm actually John's next door neighbor. Very dear friend of mine and a very great guy. I call him the one-man handset. If you have to listen to TPH, you'll understand what I mean if you're out there. You got it all. Anyway, I was on the breakfast broadcast yesterday afternoon. I really enjoyed that group there, and the comment I made was the only time I made a emergency call was way back in the 80s. I happened to be, when I was living in Yorktown, I happened to be listening to the WC2ISR repeater. It was about 9 o'clock at night, and we had a snow blizzard going on. And somebody came over the radio and said they got stuck in the snow, so I sent the tow truck over to them. That's my story about that. But actually, I had a great time on the radio this week. I did a lot of DSS. 15 meters is open. 17 meters. I made a lot of CW contacts, my last DS contacts, and even 20 I had a few good DS contacts. So it was good weekend for me on amateur radio, guys. So hopefully the band will be back up and running. That feels pretty good. And I've been enjoying this. So that's the story here, and I'll turn it back to you, Net Control, W2HO. Andy, I will definitely go and just say hi. WTBHD, back to one.
KD2, KDU. Thank you, Lou. Yeah, being on this 160-meter contest, that's about all I stayed on. But I did tune down to 40 meters, and there was I did hear a contest going on, and some guy in France was way over S9, so the band was cooking. Now, as far as 6 meters goes, in 2012, I bought I hooked up my ICOM 706 MK2G to work 6 meters, and 11 years ago at this time, 6 meters was cooking. And this, 11 years later, was the upcoming sunspot cycle. 6 meters has been dead. No beacons. Very rarely hear any beacons. Nobody on, and except for digital. But anyhow, band just seems to be deader than dead. So, do we have anybody wishing to sign into the Orange County Radio Club Net? This is W2HO, Orange County, New York. My name's Steve. You do not have to be a club member to join us. Stop it and say hello if you're listening. Go ahead.
W2HO. This is Kilo Delta 2, Kilo Bravo Uniform. John.
Hold on. I got a Worksboro station and another station right with each other, right together. So this Worksboro station, go ahead first, please. You want to head to the Worksboro station? Go ahead. Yes, Brian, welcome back. You were in here about two weeks ago or so. I remember that. Real fast. You got anything for the net? Okay, very good. Okay, as soon as I sign in the other station, then we'll ask for a signal report from how the other stations heard you. To the other station, go ahead, please.
Good afternoon, Steve. It's John. Kilo Delta 2, Kilo Bravo Uniform. And I'm sure that somebody else must have probably already pointed it out, but you seem to be just a tad bit off frequency when you're transmitting.
Thank you. I do read 44984.
Okay, I'm right back on the main frequency. Is it any better? Yes, 100% better. Much, much better. Yes, that shows how selective some of these radios are, and then with the filtering you have today, it doesn't take much to sound, you're a little bit off frequency and it shows up. Okay. Let's see now. KD2UFD asks for signal reports. Can anybody tell me how they copied him? Tell him how they copied him.
I believe if you're referring to the Westboro station, his audio was very low. He wasn't registering very high on the F meter, but I was copying him clearly enough. I could understand him. And I hoped you were talking to me. I didn't know if maybe I had misunderstood what you all wanted.
Okay, I see we have a visitor again from a couple of weeks ago. Yes. John, your signal here is good. You have a good signal below audio, maybe audio gain, your mic gain needs adjustment.
Very professional.
This is W2HO. I'm sorry, Brian.
Give another transmission and people can figure out how, can take a listen to see how good your signal sounds. Go ahead.
Okay, thank you, yes. I have a question. I use a ham. Recently had two hams sign in from the Worksville area. I use a person that's got the dipole hanging out the window down the side of the building. Okay. Because I told that to my friend Mike Chauvin. Has explained to him a little better. So now I know. Now I remember who it is. I'm going to see him today for lunch. So, I'll tell him again. Let's see now. Okay, do we have any more sign-ins for the Orange County Radio Club then?
KD2 to make some comments.
Go ahead, Cyril.
Yeah, I seen on the reflector today there that KD2 OFO there sent out a YouTube there on the net last week that I did there, and he recorded the voices, and it sounded pretty good there. How he did it, I don't know. I guess he did it with his computer and a tape recorder, but it sounded pretty good. I was wondering if anybody else heard that.
Anybody want to comment on Cyril's question? Okay, yeah. Joe, KD2 OSO, whatever, that pretty close to that call sign. He taped the net last week when Cyril was running it. Cyril did a fantastic job, by the way. And he put it on YouTube. I did have some issues with it, so I did call him and, to talk to him, but he hasn't called me back. And, I really think, so I said, this could really be an announcement ahead of time, that kind of stuff. Left him a little message. And hopefully soon he'll call me back. But, yeah, I heard it, and, I'm glad Cyril liked it. Go ahead, Cyril.
I just was wondering, I just listened a little bit to it because I just turned on my computer today. He posted it here on the 27th, I think, a couple days ago. And I was wondering if Pete heard it over the reflector. KD2DAF?
No, I didn't I'll check it out, so I don't really know what's going on out there.
Okay, I could just put it out there, see if anybody else heard it there. Okay, back to you, Steve.
Okay, yeah, I tried my preamp. Today, everybody's signals are very low. Steel is usually very good. And it must be band conditions. I guess they're flat as can be. And everybody's got under S5. We hope to have John back soon, KA2PQJ. His vertical went bad. We don't know whether it's the coax or the antenna or a connection. And to try to work on it in cold weather is pretty rough. And he's floating around on a boat. Walt, he went on a cruise, so he took a couple weeks off. But I'm glad that we had this good attendance today. Do we have anybody else wishing to sign into the net? This is W2HO, Orange County, New York, and CW and AM is welcome. Okay, here's somebody talking, but he's not local. So anyhow, do we have any last comments for the net before I shut it down?
Katie to TAP additional.
Go ahead, Andy.
Yeah, hey, I have a question, a favor maybe you could help me out with. I just had to do a repair to an MFJ 259 and tuned it in with a dummy load as far as the impedance, but I want to test it for SWR. If you're not busy one day, maybe we could just do a comparison. You do have an antenna analyzer, I believe.
Yes, I have the basic antenna analyzer that, just tells you the impedance and the SWR. This is the basic one they make.
Yeah, that's all I have.
Okay, yeah. Okay, we can get together during the week when you're ready to do that. Just let me know.
Sounds good. Tango Yankee. Back to you.
Okay, anybody else with last comments for the net before we shut down? This is W2H on County, New York. K2SSS comment? Go ahead, comment. Roger, thanks, Steve. Andy's coming in great today, TAP over on Ivory Lane, and much better than I got him last week. And UFC is very, very low. If there's nobody else talking, I can hear him, but he gets stepped on from here. That's what I get. K2SSS, W2HO. Okay, thank you. I'm trying to figure out how come all of a sudden you have a lot of distortion in your audio. It's all blurry. And maybe because I have the notch filter turned on. Maybe that's it. Okay, but everybody else is fine. Yeah, anybody want to comment on K2 uniform Foxtrot Delta signal?
Katie to TFA.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I am reading everybody super great today. I'm on the base station, not out on the mobile. But, guy in Wardsboro, I'm not reading him at all.
Brian, did you copy that?
I just barely hear KDU. I mean, John, UFC there, Brian. Yeah, I'm way up on the mountain. I would think you could there. But I can make you out what you're saying there. Sometimes you fade out, but I can make out the text there. Are you saying I'm an S7, S9? hear about 2 also from how I'm hearing you there. Yeah, we just work with what we got. KD2KBU, are you out there?
KD2KBU, yes I am. Is that you, Cyril? KD2HMH?
Oh, yes. So I hear you got a 7300, is that right?
Yes, it is. The short version of the story is that my 450 did not have any damage as far as I can tell as a result of being attached to the antenna or for the power supply, but I foolishly left it connected via the USB cables that I used to connect the radio to the laptop to log contacts and such. And it appears as if the laptop USB port went bad and started supplying voltage through the cable, and it ended up burning out a whole bunch of chips. And I was lucky enough to find a guy that was able to take a look at it, and after the 4th chip that he found that was burned out, he said, at this point it's really not worth fixing this, you're really better off getting another one. So that's how it came about, and I have 7300 now, and so far it's been very good. I'm very pleased with it.
Good luck with your 7300, because I also have the UFC we talked about before, and you talked about how to operate it and all that. It must be a couple of years ago now, 2 or 3 years ago. But mine's still working. The only thing is I've got to go Mobile. I'm parked up here on this mountain off Heather Court there, and it's still working, so I hope it does keep on going. I just use it for Sunday there. I don't use that any other time. I can't work from home because I can't have an antenna that high on my house there. But sorry to hear about your UFC, but you got a few years out of it there. And I guess what you're saying is your computer gave some sort of voltage or something that actually burnt it out or something like that, I think you're saying.
Yeah, Roger. I agree with you that if you take care of it and you don't, leave it hooked up where it gets, a lightning strike or, something like that, I think it'll last a very long time. I think that I just got a little complacent and didn't want to disconnect and reconnect the USB cable all the time, so I left it connected and then left the laptop in a sleep mode. And at some point something happened, and yes, the laptop started feeding the voltage out through the USB cable, and that's what apparently did all the damage, according to the gentleman who was kind enough to take a look at the radio. So the radio itself is a great radio. I would have loved to have bought another because it had been very good. But I have to say, now that I moved to 7300 and have the waterfall, available to see, I've decided that's really a very nice feature, and would definitely recommend it to somebody else who's looking to upgrade their radio.
I know it's quite popular. The Orange County Club went out and got 2 of them there. So they must be pretty good there to operate, and I guess it's probably the Cadillac of radios you can go for. Although I understand that there's one out there that's $5,000. A guy was talking about if he won the lottery, he would get that one there. But $5,000, that's a lot for a radio. You used to buy a car for that.
Yeah, Roger, I agree with that. It is a very good radio, and I'm very happy with it. But I would actually put this at if not entry level, not far above entry level, because you're right. There's an awful lot of radios that are available for substantially more money that have a lot more functions than this one has. But for what I do with it, this is more than enough. This is definitely more radio than I need. So. As is the case with a lot of things in my life, the equipment is not holding me back. It's my knowledge about the equipment or my ability to use the equipment that's limiting me. So, if the day ever came where that wasn't the case and the equipment was holding me back, well, then maybe it's worth trying to get the next level up. But this one, and there was a Yaesu, they don't make the 450 anymore, but they had another one. I think it was like the STD10X or something like that. They're both very comparable in terms of price and features. But at the end of the day, it was because the club had this radio, and particularly actually because George, N2BEF, had this radio. And I said, you know, I'm going to get that one. Everybody else has it. They're very happy with it. And if I need any help with it, odds are they might be able to give me some guidance. So I feel like I've been very long-winded here, but it's a good little radio, and I would definitely recommend it.
Well, that's the nice thing about belonging to the club. You can get information from them. There a lot of times that you just ask somebody, and normally they will help you there. I've had so many people help me, and I might be a ham operator with a general license, but I just say I'm an appliance applicator there. That is the appliance. I operate an appliance. It's like I operate the washing machine, the dryer, the television, the computer. The computer's another thing there. Still learning that, but anyway, I enjoy it there, and so my classification is ham operator slash. I can't even think of the word that I just used now, but you know what I'm saying there. It's appliance operator, that's the word. So, good luck with that, John, and maybe sometime I'll hear you on there. If I ever come up here on, I'm on here on Mondays there, but you're probably working like everybody else. I don't guess not everybody else is working, and I can get through them, but I couldn't get to you from my house there. So, anyway, have a good day, and back to the net.
Thank you. Good discussion there on the 7300. And don't call yourself an appliance operator. That doesn't sound too good. Just say I'm a ham radio operator. And leave it at that, zero. Okay. Any last comments on the net? Does anybody else want to give Brian over in Roxborough a signal report? The band is starting to pick up. Potter Zero's, even though he's not that far from me, I know Yon runs very well power, but he got clobbered by somebody elsewhere. But anybody else want to comment on Brian's signal? Okay, I had no comment on the worst power station. The QRM here is getting worse. Well, I think that's it, folks. We're going to shut this down, and hopefully you saw my net report that I put out early this week, because I was the last 2 weeks before this. Before last week, I lost the call signs. So I said I'll put this out early. So I did. Okay, so I wish to thank KD2DAF, HMH, TAP, sugar, 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 KB2DUG, Lou, and I thank everybody for signing in. And we'll see you next Sunday. And let's hope that this Solar 25 finally turns on 6 meters. And when it turns on 6 meters, I'm going to drive this band batty as can be. But that's good. Oh yes, KB2, KBU, and KD2UFD. Almost left those folks out. So anyhow, thank you very, very much. And we'll see you next week. Returning the frequency back to its normal use. This is W2HO, Orange County Radio Club.
Thanks for running the next KD2DAF. And still, I thought an appliance operator was somebody who got a toaster oven and work on the radio. I don't know.
Oh, the toaster too, that's right. Any appliance there. I don't understand complex, but it makes the toast over how I want it there. So Steve, thanks for doing the net, and I have a count of 8. Does that agree with you?
See if it jumps out.